What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this situation we have right here, Hurricane Ian made landfall as a very catastrophic Category 4 hurricane yesterday with winds of 150 miles per hour. It slowly moved through the Florida Peninsula, weakening as it went. It is now a tropical storm that is starting to re-strengthen in the Atlantic Ocean before making landfall in South Carolina as a hurricane, ladies and gentlemen. We have the latest public advisory right here. Winds have increased to 70 miles per hour, according to the latest advisory right here. And tropical storm force winds, take a look at this. They extend out 415 miles from the center. This is now a very large system, and due to and when hurricanes do make landfall, they expand in size, and the core will tend to collapse if it stays over land for too long. If we take a look at the cone, look at this. Look how large this cone is right here. This is just the tropical storm force winds. When this thing inevitably does strengthen into a hurricane, I can't imagine how large that wind field's going to be. It's definitely not going to be 30 miles. It's probably going to be like 60 or maybe even 100 miles, because this is now a very large system right here. And take a look at this. The entire state of South Carolina's coast right here. They are under a hurricane warning right there. If we take a look at the potential storm surge that we have with this, let's go ahead and show you the peak surge. We're looking at 4 to 7 feet from Mosquito Beach to South Santee River, including Charleston. We're looking at 3 to 5 feet to the North Carolina border, 2 to 4 feet throughout the entire state of North Carolina, and 4 to 6 feet from southern South Carolina through Georgia all the way to northern Florida right there. So this thing is not over yet. Just because it made landfall in Florida as a Category 4 hurricane, it's now a tropical storm, it's not over yet. We still have a little bit of a ways to go, and we still have this thing expected to make landfall in South Carolina. So, yeah, that's the situation we're looking at right here. If we take a look at the ocean heat content, it has room to grow, essentially. It has a lot of room to grow, and yeah, considering the wind shear isn't that bad right now, this could be higher than a 75-mile-per-hour hurricane that the NHC is expecting at this point, because it just moved off the just moved off of Florida, and within a couple of hours, it's already starting to strengthen again. So, yeah, we'll have to continue to pay attention to this. We'll go ahead and show you the track models and then the intensity. The track models have this thing basically making landfall near Charleston right there, either north or south of it. Ladies and gentlemen, the majority of the models have it to the south, which would put Charleston in the radius of maximum winds, as the northeastern eyewall is generally the worst quadrant right there, and max storm surge as well. So that's the first thing we're taking a look at. Intensity models. Models keep it around a strong tropical storm or weak hurricane strength right there. We'll have to keep an eye on it as time continues to go on, because there is still pretty good ocean heat content that this thing can use, and it's already been a couple of hours and it's starting to strengthen again. So definitely something we need to pay attention to. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and show you the HMON, the HWRF GFS, and then we're going to show you another run, because we potentially have some more activity coming up even after Ian, and we'll get to that in a second. But first of all, this is the HMON run right there. It kind of reorganizes, reinvigorates itself, makes landfall as a Category 1 hurricane near Charleston, moves through South Carolina into Virginia right there, into Kentucky. Forgot to mention South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia are under states of emergency right now. The Pat's Path Predictor channel is issuing a code yellow for South Carolina, as this thing is expected to make landfall as a hurricane. So this is what we're looking at right now. This thing moves through, kind of dissipates, and then that's the end of that right there. We're going to go ahead and show you the GFS next with Ian. So this is what we have. It moves off the coast. It starts to intensify, Category 1 strength around 85 miles per hour, according to the GFS. Moves through South Carolina. It kind of weakens and dissipates, and that's pretty much what we have right there. And lastly, the HWRF run. This is usually the most aggressive system right there, so we'll have to keep an eye and see what it says. This thing actually has us weakening down to a 975 millibar system, potentially making landfall as either a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane in South Carolina, a little bit north of Charleston. Moves through the state right here, moves through parts of the country right there, and then it dissipates, and that's the last we will hear of that. Now, lastly, I want to show you what I've been keeping an eye on. This is the latest European model run, and we can show you the 0Z as well. This is the latest European run. After Ian is done, the hurricane season isn't over yet. It's late September, I know. It seems to be dying down, but if we take a look with the European run, and a lot of the models are also agreeing with this, we're looking at potentially another system that's developing off the coast of Africa. Yes, we're looking at another tropical wave that is expected to move off the coast of Africa and start developing into a tropical system within the next 3 days, actually. So, yeah, this is what we're looking at with the 6Z. The 0Z, we're going to show you that as well, as this has a longer time frame. The European has this thing slowly organizing into a tropical storm, developing, potentially reaching hurricane strength, and approaching the Lesser Antilles. But right now, this is only 240 hours out. This is likely a Category 1 hurricane, but this is 10 days out, so we'll have to keep an eye on it as time continues to go on. But yeah, the European model is the king of hurricane models, and it's already expecting another tropical wave. This is really late in the season for this stuff to happen, too. Keep that in mind. So definitely hurricane season is not over yet, and we will continue to update you guys here on the Pat's Path Predictor channel. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. But with that being said, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.